Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you all how I was able to achieve this soft smoky eye glam, and it's not difficult at all. If you're just learning how to do your makeup or you don't know how to do your makeup, trust me, this is the best tutorial for you. So guys, you're welcome to my channel. If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Lizzie. So the first thing you have to do is to have a clean base. Your face needs to be really clean. You need to prep your skin. So I went in with my vitamin C serum just to rejuvenate my face and to reduce the pores on my face as well. And I went in with this MIS Balm Moisturizer just to make my face more hydrated. And then I went in with this Grip Primer, and this particular primer, I really don't know what it is. It actually creases a lot, it peels a lot. I really do not know why, but I went in with primer just so that my makeup can last. And then I went in with my rose water setting spray to keep my makeup intact and to make it last longer. And then I went in with this Zekel foundation in the shade 025. This is my exact shade, and then I applied this all over my face. I didn't apply too much, and all you have to do is to put your beauty blender in water or your beauty sponge in water. Make sure that it's wet, and then just tap the product on your face, tap your foundation on your face. Just make sure that everything looks clean and nice on your face. Take your time and do this. Next up, I went in with this concealer, which is from Classic Cosmetics, and is about 4 tones lighter than that of my skin tone, and I applied this on my T-zone areas. So as you can see, this is just to highlight my face and make it pop and look brighter. So I applied the concealer on these areas that you can see me apply. Make sure that the concealer is about 3 to 4 tones lighter than that of your skin tone. And then I went in with my rose water setting spray again to enable all of this to be locked in and to look good, and then so that it will be easier for me to blend as well. So I used the same beauty blender that I had initially used for my foundation routine, and then I just tapped the concealer onto my skin like this. You can see that I'm trying to lift my face up like this using my concealer. So you need to go upwards. Don't bring your concealer downwards, because it's just going to give you a sad face. So when you're applying your concealer, make sure that you drag it upwards, and then also do not forget to tap, just so that your face does not crease at any point at all. So I tapped all of that in, and then once I saw that everything was good, I went in with foundation again, the same foundation from Zekel Cosmetics, just so that everything will look really natural and nice, and to give me this really nice warm undertone. So I tapped all of that in, and at this point, this was what it actually looked like, and it was good at this point. So it's just so that I can have like a warm subtle undertone. That was why I went in with my foundation again in these areas that you can see me apply them. So once I was done, I went in with my Bicham Ageless powder, and then I used this sponge to tap the powder on my skin like this. Just tap. It's going to reduce creasing. This sponge is really important, so if you don't have it, just try and have it, because I noticed a difference with my makeup when I used this sponge today, especially for my nose. It actually made my nose look more pointed. So if you're going to do a nose contour, it's going to enable the nose to come out more pointed, unlike the regular sponge that we use. So if you don't have this triangular sponge, please do go and get it. So in the areas where I highlighted, I went in with a lighter shade of powder, and in the areas where I contoured, and also the areas that I needed to look like my neck, I went in with the exact shade of powder that suited those areas. So that was what I did, and as you can see, it doesn't look far off from what my skin tone is on my neck. So you need to be as careful as possible so that your face does not look too white. And then I went in with a darker shade of powder for my nose, just to contour my nose and make it look more pointed. So I went in with a dark shade of powder like this with my blending brush. And then once that was done, I went in with my blush, and this is an orange blush. I went in with this blush and applied it on my cheekbone and towards my forehead as well, just to give me that really blushy and warm effect. So I used my powder brush to apply this on my face. And then I went in with this Adventure setting powder, and if you've been following my makeup videos, you know that I love this particular setting powder a lot. I've been using it for a long time, and it actually does the work. Like, it does not leave any form of residue or anything. Like, you don't need to struggle with this particular setting powder at all. Like, I've always had peace using this setting powder. It's really amazing. Adventure setting powder, I think this is one of their products that I love from this particular brand. So I applied the setting powder on my T-zone areas, in the areas where I had initially applied my regular loose powder. And then I did a reverse contour underneath my cheekbone like this, just so that the blush part of my, like the contoured area and the blush part of my face will be properly highlighted, and it will like give me that really bony structured effect. That was what I was going for. And then in between the setting powder, I went in with my shade of powder, and this was what it looked like. And then for my eyes, the first thing I'm going to do is to apply my shadows. So I went in with my foundation first, just to give me that layered base, and then I went in with eyeshadow, and this eyeshadow palette is from V Beauty Cosmetics. This was the only eyeshadow palette that I used to achieve this particular look. So I went in with an orange shade on my transition area like this. I just went in rotating motion like that, and this was what I had. So whatever I did on one side, I repeated on the other side. And then I went in with a brown shade of eyeshadow on my eyelid like this, which is the crease area, and then I just went in circular motions, applied all of that. Just when you're doing this, make sure that it's not creasing, just so that you can have a clean look and you can have the desired effect that you want. So I went in with a darker shade of brown again, and then I went in with black, just so that the eyes will properly detailed and defined, and it will look really beautiful from afar. So this is a smoky eye look, and I was already loving it. Like, this is just a really subtle smoky eye look, and trust me guys, under 10 minutes you're done with this particular look. So that just so that my eyes can pop, I went in with a white shade of eyeshadow. So you could use gold, you could use silver, you could use peach, whatever works for you. So this was the shade that I used for this particular look today. And once that was done, I went in with my Nuban mascara, and it's the Sorosuke mascara. It's a Nigerian brand. So I just used the mascara to dust off the eyeshadow that must have fallen on my natural lashes, and then for my lower lashes as well, I just used the mascara to pick my lower lashes and to make my eyes pop and make it more defined. And this was what we had at this point, and I was really loving the outcome of this look already. And then I went in with my falsies. I felt like going in with smaller falsies today was going to just do the work, because I didn't want anything to overshadow my eyes or my face. So I went in with just really small falsies, and this was what I had. And then I went in with my brown Carite eyeliner for the upper and the lower part of my lip, and then I went in with an orange shade of lippy. I just blended everything properly, blended everything out nicely, and this was what it looked like. So the trick when it comes to makeup, the trick you have to take note of is that you need to make use of the right brushes, the right sponge. Everything has to be like it has to be on point. You need to take your time so that you can achieve your most desired effect, like so that you can look really, really beautiful. So in the areas where you need to go in with small brushes, go in with small brushes. In the areas where you need to go in with fuller or bigger brushes, go in with bigger brushes. So at this point, I dusted off the excess setting powder from my face, and if your setting powder is still looking white on your face, you can apply your normal shade of powder on those areas where you have already applied your setting powder, so that it will be easier for you to dust everything off. So this was just me going in with my triangular sponge again to set the whole makeup, to set the powder and everything in place. So at this point, this was what we had, and then I had to go ahead to apply my rose water setting spray again to keep everything locked in and to make sure the makeup lasts long. So at this point, I did my brows. I just did a very subtle brow. I didn't do too much. If you've not watched my videos on how to draw your brows by yourself, just in case you don't know how to draw your brow and you're a beginner, trust me, I got you. I have lots of videos on how to draw your brows, how to carve your brows, just beautiful tutorials that are going to teach you and that you're going to learn from. So all I did basically was just to trace my natural brow. I didn't do too much, and then I concealed using the same concealer that I had used on my face, on my T-zone area. I concealed all of that properly and went in with a blending brush and blended all of that properly, and then I repeated the same thing on my second brow. And I feel like smaller brows actually makes you look really beautiful and nice. It just gives you this really nice look. I always go for fuller brows, but today was quite different, and I loved the outcome of everything. I loved the outcome of my brow. So at this point, I went in with a gold shade of eyeshadow, and this basically formed my highlighter for today. I applied this at the top of my cheekbone, which is on top my blush, and then my forehead, my jaw, and also on my nose. And voila guys, this was what we had. Trust me, if you're going to do this for yourself, you're going to be done in 10 to 15 minutes. Trust me guys. Thank you all for watching this video. I do hope that it was interesting. I do hope that it was helpful. If it was, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. I remain your girl Lizzy, and do not also forget to turn on your notification button so that each time I post you get a notification and you'll be the first to know. I love you guys so much. I'll see you all in my next. Bye.